Is Ethiopian Prime Minister going to remove the president of a regional state? Is this regional president in contact with the Fano fighters? Welcome to my views and news. Thanks for watching the channel. Three main news stories. Firstly, rumors going around about a regional president having links with Fano fighters. Secondly, Eritrea has released some Tigrayans who were in prisons in Tigray, in Eritrea, reportedly. Lastly, Donald Trump, US president, has wrapped up his tour of the Middle East. What did he achieve? What did the Middle Eastern countries achieve from this tour? Let's start with Donald Trump's tour of the Middle East. American president visited three countries in the last few days. He started from Saudi Arabia, then he went to Qatar, and at the end of his tour, he visited the UAE, United Arab Emirates. Did not visit Israel. It's a little unusual that a US president visited Middle East without visiting Israel, because Israel is the closest ally of the US in the Middle East. What did Trump government achieve from this high profile first foreign visit of the American president? American president from day one has been focused on how to draw investments, how to generate revenue. He wants to avert a likely recession, and his wars are for economic gains. That is why we could see frictions between the US and China. Both are economic rivals too, not just military rivals. Trump, through his visit of three countries, secured pledges of investments amounting to over 2 trillion US dollars. UAE has announced to invest 1.4 trillion US dollars in the US in the next 10 years. Saudi Arabia will invest 600 billion US dollars in the US. Qatar will also invest billions of US dollars. Qatar signed a contract to buy Boeing jets from a US company. Overall, over $2 trillion investment pledges were made by the three Arab countries in the meetings between Donald Trump and the leaders of the three countries. Trump was not alone, obviously. He was accompanied by CEO of top American companies. Elon Musk was with him, CEOs of Amazon, Google, OpenAI, Uber, IBM, Nvidia, and several other top companies' CEOs accompanied. So they signed business deals. What will the Arab countries, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Qatar, get in return? Well, they'll get weapons, firstly. Saudi Arabia will buy weapons. UAE will buy weapons in return. UAE will be given access to the most advanced AI chips, which UAE can now buy from US companies. Qatar will get Boeing, Qatar Airways. So Trump achieved his objectives. Obviously, these are long-term investments. We don't know if the Arab countries will be able to honor their commitments or not. But it seems that these Arab countries want to be close to the US. They want to have US support out of fear or out of their desire to be players in the world politics. they speak about Gaza, they criticize Israel, they criticize the US, which backs Israel, but internally they're US allies. Second story is about differences which are emerging reportedly between Ethiopian Prime Minister and a regional president, Somali region's president. His name is Mustafa Omar. In Somali region, Prosperity Party is in power. Mustafa Omar is leading the party there. Opposition ONLF is not being allowed to carry out political activities. Rather, a government-backed ONLF has been formed. ONLF chairman Abdurrahman Made has been removed. Kalbi Dahaga has been elected as the new chairman of ONLF, and this ONLF is getting recognition from NABE to contest the next election. Reportedly, Ethiopian Prime Minister is not happy with Mustafa Omar because some reports have emerged about links between Mustafa Omar and Fano groups. I remember that during Tigray war, I did some videos. And in that videos, I mentioned some reports about close links between some Amhara activists and Somali region's president. Back then, I said that Somali regional president actually paid money to the Amhara activists, social media activists, and journalists to launch a campaign in his favor, uh, to promote his image as a skilled politician, and to promote him as the likely alternative or likely successor of the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. So the man, Mustafa Umar, remained close to pro-Fano activists and journalists in the past. We don't know about the present situation, but PM Abiy is not comfortable with Mustafa Umar these days. A message has been sent to Mustafa Umar. Will Mustafa Omar make corrections, improve ties with the Prime Minister? Will he try to regain the Prime Minister's trust? Or is he going to be removed? That remains to be seen, but what I have learned, I'm sharing with you that there are issues between the Prime Minister of Ethiopia and Somali region's President Mustafa Omar. Lastly, viewers, Eritrea has released Tigrayans from prisons. Around 80 Tigrayans have been released by Eritrean authorities. When were they taken into custody? In which crimes were they involved? What I have learned is that these Eritreans were mainly put in prisons for minor violations in border areas, violations not related to heinous crimes. They were arrested. Perhaps a trial was not needed because they were involved in minor offenses. So, as a gesture of goodwill, Eritrean government has decided to release these Tigrayans. These days, TPLF and PFDJ, Eritrean military and Tigray military are improving their bilateral relations, though they never admit it publicly, but credible sources confirm that there is ongoing engagement between the two sides. They are holding discussions in private. So it's a gesture of goodwill from Eritrea for the people of Tigray, you can say. Uh, will the Tigrayans be handed over to Ethiopia National Defense Force, federal government of Ethiopia, or to Tigray government? Uh, Technically, they should be handed over to federal forces and federal government. But reportedly, they're being handed over to Tigray authorities. This is what we have learned. Thanks for watching.